Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. We are here in Fiumicino, Roma airport. I'm waiting for my plane to go to Miami. I just discovered, because I had absolutely no idea, that I will be in the plane for 12 hours. I believe it's the longest I ever took. So in today's video we speak about Dusan Vlahovic. It will be one of the big topics of today, but also starting preparing the derby, conditions of Kenan Yildiz, and other stuff about actuality. Because it's important, derby. We come from a draw in Champions League where some people were convinced about the progresses and the improvements of Juve in terms of way of playing, but at the end we didn't win. And as we speak, we are 26th, which means that we are out of the Champions League. At the moment, still 4 games to play, but that's another competition. And knowing that the game against Torino is the last one before international break, if you win, you can start continuing preparing with Spalletti, with positivity around the players that are offering better performances, around the coach that is giving something, that is reviving. You know it, if you don't win, especially a derby, toxicity is starting, and we don't need that at the moment. So before starting to speak about all the topics that I just mentioned, of course, if you want to support the channel, maximum of like, don't forget to subscribe. Of course, I want to mention a few things. When I was watching the game, next to me there was a Luciano, which is always beautiful to meet. Was at the restaurant together with him. We spoke a bit also because working with Juventus, he's really close to Massimo Zampini, to Luca Monblano, so it's always really beautiful. His wife was celebrating goals, or she was desperate like me, maybe even more than me, so crazy Juventina as well. That was really touching to see. But Luciano Moggi, you like him, you don't like him, is really an important person, especially for Juve, what Juventus represented. And then yesterday, live shopping. Thank you for all the people that tuned in. I will come back on that, not here in the airport. I really want to come back on that experience because it has been the biggest challenge I've ever done as a content creator. I was stressed. I usually don't stress, but this one was stressing because you have like 15 people in the room that are watching. You have the one that is taking care of the audio, the one of the cameras, then you have the other ones with a prompter, with a script. It was a lot of work, but I'm extremely happy that it's done, and I will come back on all the details. I really wanted to say thank you to all the people from Juve. All of them, one after the other, helped me so much, and it was a really beautiful success. And especially you that were watching were already sending me some messages, so thank you for that, with that exclusive drop that has been released yesterday that you can find already on the site. And then going to the J Hotel, because I was not sleeping there at the end. I was thinking, but at the end I was not sleeping there, but I was there just for having a dinner alone after that live experience, and I met Luciano Spalletti. And the staff, Martuccello, that is in the staff, you remember, the assistant of Maurizio Sarri, and his vice coach. They were all there. They were watching the Champions League while having a dinner, and I didn't want to bother them, so I was alone at my table. But at a certain moment, he knew that from time to time I was watching like that. And then at a certain moment, from the distance, he's looking at me like this, and he continues to look. It was like a Western movie, you know? The ball, the beautiful, and the good, I don't know. And then I say, Mister, mio. And then he's asking me to come at their table. So that was a really beautiful moment, because I go and he says, I'm a supporter of Juve, etc., etc. I was explaining a bit what I was doing. So in the beginning I was scared. I said, Mamma mia, he watched some videos, he knows that I was not really in favor of having Luciano Spalletti, but I don't believe so. So it was a beautiful moment because we spoke together. I said thank you. I really said thank you for being here, for the things that he's already starting to do. I wished him a lot of luck. And then I also spoke with Martuccello. For me it was important to say thank you, because as a vice coach, he gave a lot, a year, and it's the last year that we won the Scudetto, so I really wanted to say thank you to that. Then of course we continue to talk, but today we are not speaking that much about that. It's more about the actuality. So when we will be live, I will come back on everything that we said with Luciano Spalletti, il nuovo mister della Juventus. Allora, big topic, Dusan Vlahovic. Now I see the papers, Gazzetta dello Sport, Tutto Sport are all speaking about a renewal of Dusan Vlahovic, already speaking about it, from the big papers. Calma, ragazzi, calma. I even stop walking for a second. Calma. Dusan Vlahovic comes from 3 games where, according to me, if we are looking at the 3 games, and we do the sum of who played well, who didn't play well, out of the 3 games, if I need to choose an MVP, it's Dusan. I said it, you know it. I have absolutely no agenda against nobody. If players, if coaches are doing well, I'm the first one that is extremely happy about that. So hopefully they all can do extremely good, and the mister and the players. So Dusan Vlahovic, 3 fantastic, beautiful games. And now we're already speaking about it, also because the words of Spalletti that said that he spoke to him, the words of Dusan Vlahovic that is not closing any door, the voices and the words of Giorgio Chiellini that as well said at the moment there is no fixed decision. Dusan is saying now I'm focusing of course on the derby, that is an important one, and then we will see. There is no closed door, and I really believe that there is no closed door. Why? Because he doesn't have another team yet that signed him or that made him an offer which he's extremely interested in. Surely they were, but maybe he didn't take a decision. So he's leaving a door because at the end he likes Juve. Ragazzi, we have a few problems. The first one, the biggest one, is the salary, because he comes from a 10 million plus loyalty that goes to 12 million euro net, which Juventus cannot allow themselves anymore to pay. That's one. Second thing is that he will probably not go towards a potential offer of Juve that goes towards the 6 million euro net. That's half of what he's having now. Guys, what are we speaking about? I think that the gap is way too big. And then there is another point, it's that mystery, that curiosity, that interrogation point, where we go towards, okay, 3 games where he did extremely well. Can he do it for 4 games? 5 games, how will he come back after the international break? 6 games, 10 games, because this is also one of the things that we missed from Dusan. He has these huge big blocks of fantastic, beautiful starts where he goes top, 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 and then we lose him also mentally when things are not going well. He will need to continue to prove. So also from our side, we need to welcome him and being happy that he's the one that is performing. On the other side, he needs to continue, because speaking about contract extension after 3 games, according to me, it's a bit useless. Then Openda, Jonathan David, they need to step up, because at the end, after all, the beginning of the season, we are speaking about 1 goal scored, match day 1 from Jonathan David. That's it. Openda arrived the last day, needs to adapt still a bit tactically. Great, of course, yes, but they need to step up. They need to step up. Now, speaking about Luciano Spalletti, what I understood being there. Oh, I didn't tell you, Juventus training center. I visited all the backstages. I went into the locker room of the training session. I went on the training grass. I saw the swimming pool, the fitness. Guys, when I'm live, or I will maybe do a video about it because I have some content, you will see. But speaking about Luciano, Spalletti is really taking the lead. You see that he's clearly taking the lead with words. Some examples, the lineups that are secret. That's one of the first rules that he said, oh ragazzi, we don't leak the lineups. I don't care if you have great relationship with that journalist or with that one, we don't leak the lineup. And at the moment it's working, because the lineups are never leaked. Of course you can have some intuition, but it's quite difficult. Sometimes Rugani can start, or McKennie, or this or that, we don't know, which is annoying for us content creators, for us Juventini that are curious. But on the other side, I tell you that it's a really great advantage. For the training center, I saw it with my eyes. He already asked it to lower them, to have the grass shorter. Why? So that the ball can go faster, because that's one of the points that Luciano wants to work with. He wants to go towards velocity, accelerating. That's not something totally new, because that's something that he already did, for example, with other clubs. That's one of the Spalletti touch. And then a lot of one-on-one with the player, speaking with the player, understanding, like he did with Kenan. What is your favorite role? Where do you feel the best? And then it's not that the players are choosing whatever they want, but speaking with them, who needs a bit more motivation, who needs a bit more this, that, and that's a really intelligent one. And then another stupid rule. Stupid. Like I said, we are in 2025. It's not stupid that much, but no phones at the table, because we are addicted. A lot of people are addicted, and then you don't have that communication with your player. You're not sharing anymore. You start to have, like, you know, these mini groups here and there, which is never good in football. So Luciano Spalletti is taking the lead. We have 1 game. I will be in Miami to watch it with David Trezeguet. I can't wait. I hope to come back from Miami with a victory, so that we have a beautiful international break. Ragazzi miei, Juventini, Juventine, grazie, forza, Juve.